here to... We are live on the Citizen stand here at MACH 2024, and I'm with Chris, who's going to give us some details on the machines they've brought. Now, Chris, you've actually brought 9 machines to MACH, and we don't have time to cover them all. So, why did you take the decision to bring all these machines, and what is it about sliding head machines that's different to what people might have seen before?
Reason we decided to bring all these machines was we've got like a little assembly piece, the thing.
Which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Which we designed, made, and then the customers can walk around, see the machines, take apart and then assemble it at the end.
Now, obviously, we've got the thing, which is in my pocket, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But let's move on, and let's start with the ABX 80. Now, did I get that right?
Yes.
And what can you tell me about this machine?
So this is the ABX 80 THY. And the THY basically means it's got 3 turrets.
Now, obviously, looking at my face, now programming that must be quite, I want to say fun, but daunting is really the word.
Again, Citizen have done a great job with the tool change macros and everything. This machine's a FANUC, so it's just like any other FANUC machine on the market.
Now, obviously, 80mm bar, is that the biggest you can get on this machine?
So 80mm through spindle, but if you want to put, I think you can put a 10-inch chuck on it.
So it's not just for, it can be used for other things, let's say.
Yeah, so jobbing, if you just want to use the main, you want to just use the sub, it can be just...
It's quite versatile.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that's the ABX 80, which Chris is having a great look inside. Now we're going to move straight across from this machine onto the ANX 42 SYY. You guys don't half love your letters and numbers.
Yeah, I know.
Now, what can you tell me about this machine?
So this is a 42mm machine. This is our latest Miano. What's the biggest difference about it is this is on rails compared to most of our Mianos, which are on box slides. And that allows us to have LFE. And LFE on both heads, both spindles, is game-changing.
Now, for people at home, what is LFE? And we spoke about this earlier. I want you to go as nerdy as possible on this because I love talking about LFE.
So LFE, low-frequency vibration, I mean, it's an oscillation between the axis in cut, so that's either X and Z or simultaneously, and the spindle RPM.
And what benefit does that give a customer?
Process security is the biggest thing. No birds nesting, lights out machining, tool life, it's endless.
And obviously that peace of mind that you're going to come in a morning and not just have a big broken mess inside there.
Yeah, you don't want to come in there and you can't see in there, or half the tools are missing. You'll just come in and there'll be parts out the back of it.
Now, we've talked about the 80 and we've now talked about the 42, but Citizen is, let's say, well known for their sliding head machines. So I think if Chris can follow us round, now there's a lot of customers here, so we're going to have to stay a bit further away, but what can you tell me about the machine these guys are stood in front of? Because I think we really should talk about a sliding head machine. Yeah,
so this is our bread and butter machine. This is the L32X LFV, so 32mm capacity. We can take it up to 38mm, non-guide bush, guide bushless, Y2 axis, plenty of tooling solutions in there. LFV, and the demo which is being shown is LFV screw cutting, so up to 1,000 RPM on the screw cutting.
Now, what is screw cutting? For people that won't have heard of it, what is it?
It's cutting a thread. That's basically what it is with a single point. So you tell it the pitch, RPM, it'll go in, screw cut it. But this is using the LFV at the same time, so it's chipping it. Screw cutting is notorious for birds nesting on hard materials.
Now, I may upset our cameraman here on this live, because obviously we've talked about 3 machines, but there's one machine I would really like to talk about because I'd never actually seen one in person, and I'm afraid the people at home are going to have to follow us from one side of the stand to the other, because it's the machine you have in the corner, which we spoke about earlier, and your face just lit up when we got to talk about it, because I've never actually seen one in person. Now, you know where we're going. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So what can you tell me about it?
So the machine in question is the GN32N100W.
And can I just say, sorry, don't you just love it when you bring a camera to anywhere on a stand and you just see people disappear?
It's super accurate. It's really used for finishing operations, but also we have customers doing full parts on it. It has 2 gantries which will pick up the billets, load them in. There's actually a transfer table in the middle which will flip the part over, and then the other gantry will load it in. Or you can have both robots loading in, taking the part out the same direction.
And I like what you said to me earlier, is this machine, as it stands, with the automation, is how it comes out the box.
As you see that now, that's straight out the box from Japan.
Now, what sort of industries is this sort of machine going into?
We see a lot of bearing races, so instead of the grinding operations, they turn them with CBN insert, but also we've seen people making turbo billets, so the billets for the impeller.
Now, obviously, we're running out a bit of time here, but I think it's always good to finish on automation. We spoke about it there, but it's always good to talk about a robot. So the BNA42SY, somehow I'm getting these right, I don't know how. What are you showcasing on here, and why is there a robot cell in front of it?
So mainly we're showing what Citizen UK can do. So we've developed this. Of course we didn't design the robot, but designed the cell, and then we've integrated it onto one of our machines. That's what we're showing.
Now, at MACH this week, you're celebrating your 50 years of, is that 50 years of Citizen in the UK?
Yes.
And for that, we spoke about it earlier, the thing.
The thing.
The thing. Now, I think it's only fair we show the people at home the thing you're making, and it looks incredible.
Yeah, so
now,
thought we'd just make a nice little piece, bit sort of moving parts on there, a couple of different materials, using 5 different machines.
I'm trying to do this all one-handed, and it's quite difficult. Now, you're actually making this here at the show.
Yep.
So how is this being made?
So we make it on a ANX, the main body is made on it. The little pin which you're twisting now is made on the L12. The brass outer disc is made on an M32, and the inner aluminium disc is made on an L320, which is our latest machine.
And then you're actually pressing these together in front of customers right here.
Yeah, so if you want one, come down and get it.
There you go. If you want a thing, then obviously we're only on the first day of MACH. You've got time.
Yep.
Come and talk to the guys about sliding heads, and not just sliding heads.
Fixed heads.
Fixed heads.
Automation.
And you may go home with a thing.
Yeah.
Now, I think this is our last live of the day. So thank you for everybody for watching and watching the lives throughout the day. And don't forget to join us tomorrow when we will be having lives on a variety of different stands, which you may need something you've seen.